All right. I I want to drop this last topic. Imagine rebranding our agricultural system. Could it be that what is today's date? Save? Let's do it properly. Today's date is each video must has its own. Today's date is March 26, 2025. March 26, 2025. Let's talk about agriculture. You know, agriculture is my specialty. No matter what I am teaching, I have special. It's like a doctor who can do every other thing, but he has his own specialty. My specialty, that's my core calling, is agriculture. Is restoring men back into farming, because we need to grow enormous food and first of all secure food security first before we can think of technology. Because there are two forces, like I always said in my video, there are two forces that powers this world. We have agriculture, and then agriculture preserved our survival, while technology betters our life. Technology comes in to make life better, but agriculture preserved our survival. All right. So you can say that agriculture is what that is keeping us on earth. So I don't joke with it. Besides, that's my area of specialty. So today, let's talk of branding. The world has evolved. Now, before now, you notice that agriculture was what our forefathers were doing as their means of existence and survival and all of that for thousands of years. This meant we were farming. This meant we were, evolving. This meant we were growing until a point came that something happened and then they just stopped. Something happened. There's always angle of deviation. In physics, there's what we call angle of deviation. Angle of deviation came when the Westerners came to Africa to reinstitute another culture entirely that corrupted our... Because how do you start to explain? Our forefathers discovered metal and molded machetes that supported and encouraged them to farm. Our forefathers went an extra mile by discovering gun. They made guns. Just that the guns they were making was not for humans. They make guns that will help them. Even if a bird is flying in the sky, they will be able to aim it and shoot it and kill it. They will go hunting. Hunters. Our forefathers discovered a technology of catching fishes in the river. Our forefathers had a technology of peeling animal skin to make clothes. Our forefathers had a technology of looking at a tree and knowing that we can take wine from this tree called palm wine. So they begin to, you need to go to the village and see the process of harvesting palm wine or cultivating palm wine. All these things, our forefathers had forebears had a way of making us to drink cold water. I remember when I visit my grandma would tell me, go there and take a cup, drink water. And you notice that pot at the particular corner of the room, they will set it in a way that water will always be very chilled. All what we needed to do was to metamorphose those ideas. Because what the white people did too was that their children came up to upgrade their forefathers' ideas. You need to see the first person that made Benz, made BMW. You need to see the first BMW, very, very ugly and very, very useless. There was, and at some points, the car had no brake safe. When they are driving, if you want it to stop, they will have to jump out and be looking for something to put and stop it. Until a generation keep coming, that they keep innovating those things. Tell me anything that anybody has invented that is new, apart from the coming of social media. Even with that, there were things in place that lead to this and lead to this. They keep upgrading. But what happened to us? We too, we were doing something. Our forefathers were doing something. Stop this teaching of someone coming in to destroy your history by telling you that your forefathers were nothing. It's a lie. I'm telling you that it were all lies. Your forefathers were not dumb. They were just the kind of people that they had everything they wanted. So there was no rush to really go across Atlantic Ocean. There was no need. Africa is the Garden of Eden. They had everything. The soil, everything. The atmosphere, the climax, the everything. The weather, everything. They had everything perfect. So there was no really rush. It was the West, the white people who did not have these things. They started making things that will transport them to where we are, to colonize us and take those things away from us. And even our people abandon those ways. Those imagine everybody abandoning palm wine. Imagine a generation coming in now to take those palm wine, look for a way to preserve those palm wine in that it will not spoil. Automatically, you have created a drink that will be competing in the market with Azu and every other drink that is coming in. You even prefer to import drinks that another people's forebears started, that it was not even nice, and their children came up to modernize it, to upgrade it and package it and saying it, put preservative and bring it to you. But the one that your forefathers were drinking, don't you know that if you start drinking those ones, you will even feel more fulfilled and more okay? Firstly, nobody is going to upgrade it. Our forefathers discovered iron, metal, and made machete as a tool for farming. What has our generation upgraded with all the education and all the skills of engineers we have? Can't all the engineers come together to build a tractor machine that will encourage farming in the land? The white people started with technology, and they are taking over the world with the technology. Africa was supposed to also take over the world with agriculture. How many countries are we feeding? We cannot even feed ourselves. What are you even saying, country that we are feeding? When you see me advocating for agriculture, I know what I am saying. The West has technology already. Can all the African countries unite together and everybody fall back to base? Fall back to agriculture. Let's produce enough food that we'll be exporting food to them while they are giving us AC. We will give them food. We give them cassava. When they are giving us car, we give them meat. When they are giving us iPhone, we give them potatoes, we give them onions, we give them plantain. And then the ecosystem will balance. When they are the only ones doing these things and giving you are not giving them anything. It doesn't balance. It increases poverty on the side that is not giving anything. How are we going to explain this thing for you? Since people that are already working white collar jobs are doing those ones, it's fine. You that is not doing anything, go and farm. Go and produce food. Go and produce food. So let me not deviate. I have a little minute before I will round up. So whenever I talked about agriculture, I'm always very passionate with it, because this is my specialty. So I have even left the main topic of discussion safe. So I wanted to draw our attention on rebranding agriculture. I'm sorry the way I shouted. This thing is very provocative. When you turn around and watch people working on the surface of something that's supposed to make them millionaires, and they are crying of hunger. They are crying of hunger because they will start telling you excuses, security, there is insecurity in the land. You people don't have sense. It's because you people are not united. Imagine everybody uniting together and say to everybody, let's all the youth in this community take this land, share among themselves and farm and secure this land. If anybody trespass this land, all of us men will rise up and fight. We send a warning even before we start. Don't trespass you. All the community of so village Abongitam is using this land to farm. There is no, if you trespass, the whole of Abongitam will fight you and kill you. Government be aware, and the village head stamps it. Anybody trespass that land, you kill the person there. There is no two ways about it. You buy the person there. I don't want to use harsh words so that YouTube will not flag my video. Because you have already said no trespass here. It is a community land. Bash. We don't value. They are taking our lands. We don't value lands because we have left land to go and focus on paper money in the city. Everybody has now abandoned land in the village to go to the city, and as such, these people are coming in to take our land. Our women cannot fight them. Our women are young, and our women are old, that are using those lands to even try to farm and maintain it for us. They cannot. All the powerful people that are supposed to fight are in the city spraying money in the club. You people will learn. I'm telling you, you people will learn when the time comes. I'm not even talking about those prodigal sons who are selling land to real estate company. Real estate agent is coming in to sweet mouth you and brainwash you that he is going to bring development to your community. What development? What development will building houses do for you and your people in that community? Tell me. If you give a large portion of your land and they are building houses, the question you should ask yourself, those houses, after collecting money and you finish eating the money, how will those houses develop that community? Is it not people that will come in to live in those houses? Would they be living as they are living? Would they be paying money to the community? How will those houses, because you want fine houses? Let us farm, make money, use the money, apportion some place where we are going to develop for people to administrative, where people would live. Apportion another side for housing. Create a large portion for agriculture where we don't sell lands. You don't sell lands. You do not sell lands. These were things that our forefathers put their blood to sustain it and keep it for us. When you start selling lands, what will the future generation now have to survive? This was not even the topic. You know, you say agriculture. Ask yourself this one question. If everybody starts selling land and use the money to eat, and we finish selling all the land, good, fine and good. The question is, we are except you are telling me that this generation is the last generation on earth. Are we not producing more children? If our children come up tomorrow and ask us, Daddy, where is the land you want us to use and grow food and eat? What will we tell them? What are we going to tell them? Come. You are selling land to you are selling land to real estate company, right? They will give you 2 million. Okay. When they give you that 2 million, you eat it, you use it and buy food and eat. Good. When you buy food and eat, that money will finish, right? Okay. Now, when you now have a son, that land that you are selling, your father did not sell it. Your father was hungry and your father did not sell it. Rather, your father was using that land to grow crops to eat and was using that land to sell crops in abundance to make money and pay your school fee. And now you have finished your university and there is no job for you to do. You are coming back to sell land. You're coming back to sell land, to use the money to buy food. You're selling land to real estate company because you are telling yourself that they want to bring development into your community. Go and ask Lagos. The indigenous of Lagos are suffering. They are the ones doing agboros. You want your community to turn to agboro because immediately they develop everywhere. There will be no land for farming again. There will be no food. Where there is these things are mutually exclusive in veins. Where there is development, there cannot be agriculture there. So you apportion some place for development. You apportion a large portion of it for agriculture because development, we are not going to eat development. I'm not going to eat fine house. Fine house, somebody that is living there is the one enjoying it. It's not benefiting me. But the one that will benefit me is that if my neighbor farm, when my neighbor farm and my neighbor eats and the food remain, my neighbor can give me. If my neighbor will not give me, instead of that food to spoil, my neighbor can sell it cheap for me. It's benefiting me. Agriculture benefits everybody. How do you people want me to stretch this thing before you people understand? Anyway, I've still not even buttressed on this. Is 15 minutes on introduction alone. Anyway, let me be very focused now. So we are talking on branding agriculture. So branding agriculture, what do I mean by branding agriculture? You notice that we have a company here. We call it company here in America that goes around to pick trash. It picks people's trash, dirty things, spoiled things, smelling things. Guess the name they are calling it? Texas Pride. Texas Pride Management. Something Texas Pride. I did a screenshot. Texas something Pride. A very, very beautiful name. By so doing, you notice that they now sew uniform to people, engineering uniform, like all these construction people that will wear cap, helmet cap, wear engineers in the size that will wear. They sew those kind of clothes, put a brand, put tag, put rankings in office. So you see somebody that puts 1V, this one is in level 1. You see this one is a 3-level person in packing trash. They rebranded it, create a career in it that somebody will go to school to study to become a waste manager, to own a particular office, just by packing trash. And there is so much glory. Those boys that will wear those things when they're coming to your house to pick those trash, they with pride. They are doing it. They wear their gloves, they wear that thing, wear the helmet, wear the other one, and they pack those things, put it as if engineers are coming to do survey. The other one is coming in, they will bring out the book, doing some marking, doing some tickings. They rebranded it and add color to it and make it pleasurable. So people now willingly want to go there, because even if you are doing it, you are clearing the society. You need to see in America the way they are honoring people that are packing trash. They honor people that are packing trash than medical doctors save. The society gives glory because the environment needs to be clean. So if you are keeping the ecosystem clean, we honor you. You are taking care of it that is preserving us. You are a very high soldier. But our society, guess what? If people that are packing trash, they're even brainwashing, they're even rubbishing. You see a young girl passing and start laying curses on this person packing trash. Is this trash that you will be packing? You will be packing trash the rest of your life. You will not amount to anything apart from packing trash. I'm not even talking about farming. You now go back to farm, you notice people will be talking down on you. They will be telling you, oh, you are failed in the city. That's why you are coming to the village to farm. The stigma of people that are farming, calling them poor, calling them wretched. It's a psychological thing. In our secondary school, they will ask us, show me your fingers. Show me how clean your fingernails are. If your fingernails are dirty, they will call you Dirty Boys Club and they will flog you. By so doing, corrupting our ideology of farming, destroying agriculture without us knowing. Because a man that is a farmer hands will not be clean. The farmer's finger will not be shining. Can we think of how? I have a solution. I'm just bringing it to light. I have it in my mind already. Of rebranding agriculture. Create a career in it. Since these are things government is supposed to come in and do. But government is not even realizing that we are already in crisis. We are already in food crisis in the country. We are already in pandemic. We are already in emergency. I don't even know. Until people start eating another human being, that is when we will know that we are already food. You need to see how people are hungry, bro. People are hungry. Can we go back to farming? Can we rebrand farming? Can we add glory to it? Can we make our students that are studying soil science, we call them soil scientists. We sew white uniform for them. So whenever they are going to survey soil, they wear the uniform with pride. They call them scientists, soil engineers. You are farming, you have a farmland, you are a soil engineer because you are creating something. What does engineers do? Mechanical engineer make metals and they call him mechanical engineer. He combines metal to produce something. You are combining stick. You are combining corn to produce food. You are combining things to produce food, for crying out loud. You are an engineer. You are an engineer, but your own is we can call it maybe a farm engineer. So any farmer, we don't just call him a farmer. Farmer looks as if you are talking about poor people. Let's start with the name first, because name is an ID that represents how you imagine things. The first time you knew of that word iPhone, the iPhone disappeared. All what you are thinking is the imagination based on the name iPhone. This is a vast advanced teaching. I don't want to go in there so that I will not confuse some people. But let's rebrand agriculture. That there are people that are going there to weed or to spray insecticide. They will call them one scientist name. Because what they are doing is scientists. They are going there to treat those plants. They are doctors. We can call them farm doctors. They will wear white clothes, go to that farm. Doctors wear white uniform and operate human being. Can't you wear white uniform, wear nose masks, carry your this thing and go to your farm and treat those plants, those insecticide that is eating, those plants that are sick? Can't we call them doctors? That old woman that is weeding ground for that corn to grow, that woman is a scientist. Can we rebel? Not rebel. Can we relabel this thing? Can we rebrand agriculture and make agriculture very sweet and beautiful? Since we don't want to do it, since government don't want to do it, I will do it. No problem. Single-handedly, I will do it. I will change the face of agriculture. And let it be marked in history that a man came, a revolutionary thinker who changed the dynamics of agriculture in Africa. Because my dream is not just Nigeria; the whole continent Africa needs to be worked on. I'll be the one to do that. I have the capacity. I will change the face of agriculture. Agriculture is not a cause. It's not suffering. Going to that your work save is a cause. You chasing money is a cause. You pursuing money is a cause. You should look at it that way. That if you are pursuing money without process, it's a cost. If you are chasing money without thinking of the action, without thinking on the direction of creating real-time value in the society, but you want to become a millionaire, it's a cost. You are a criminal. Whoever taught us grace taught us results without process. Whoever taught us grace taught us results without process. Thank you very much. This is my last video. Basically, the topic will be rebranding agriculture, because I have a dream. I have this dream. It's sparkling in my brain of taking care of, because the reason why our politicians are controlling our youth is very simple. It's because our youths are hungry. A hungry man doesn't even understand what you are saying. Let's go and arrest food first. When we arrest food, and part of the things that when we arrest food, we will value land. Land is one of the elements of nature. The earth. We will value the earth. We will value land. And the only thing that can make us go back to agriculture in a full scale is polygamy. When you practice polygamy and takes care of the ground in return will give you enough food that will take care of you and take care of all the women that you marry. Spread wealth. Polygamy spread wealth. Imagine Obi Kubana. Imagine Godswill Akpabio. Godswill Akpabio as rich and prosperous as Godswill Akpabio. Marrying like 7 wives. Automatically you will know that Godswill Akpabio wealth, Obi Kubana's wealth has spread into 7 families. But instead, guess what these men are doing? These men married, have 1 wife. So the wealth is only between them and that family of 1 wife. And they have side chicks. These rich men, they have side chicks. So those side chicks, they are paying money, giving them small peanuts, buying them iPhones. And that's all. They are the ones even benefiting it. Our women are not seeing it. You are just there going there to be a side chick instead of being a wife. Where if you are a wife, you automatically bring all the connection between your family, your community with that man. By so doing, wealth has circulated. In terms of farming, in terms of farming, you will be able to each wife that you marry, the man from the father of your will give you a land, so you grow crops. Anyway, thank you very much. Empress Okweswa will always be your revolutionary thinker. Bye.